Well, hello there, everyone, and welcome to the Ohh Nana Show. I'm your host, Nanefua Owusu. We do find ourselves in the Ashanti region of Ghana, and today we're specifically in the Asante Achim North constituency. We're here to chit chat with a man who needs no introduction at all. It's the Andy Kwame Appiah Kubi. Honorable, you're welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
How have you been?
Well, not bad.
Yeah, you look good.
Yes,
You look
thank
good.
God
Yeah.
we have been saved with a lot of pressure.
Awesome,
Mm.
awesome, awesome. First of all, I do want to say thank you so much for honoring our invitation to chit chat with us today, have some inspiring words for those who are coming up into leadership in Ghana and Africa by extension. So thank you so much. Um,
I rather have to thank you for taking the trouble to come down here to my
it's
village
a beautiful place.
and also trying to even enjoy the people here and the weather, which is
Yeah.
very good and different from what you have in Accra.
Yeah, awesome, awesome. So as he said, it's such a beautiful place here in his home. And I do want to say we're here to chit chat again about a lot of topics that impacts Ghanaians, especially those who are upcoming as leaders in this country. So honorable, you do have a household name, right? So
Yes.
tell us, who is the man behind this household name?
I don't know which of them you want to refer to. I have quite a few of them. Those that I acquired in my student days, those that I acquired in my political life,
Wow.
and those that I acquired through my friends.
Wow.
And I don't know which of them you want to know.
You know, we would like to know which one you want to tell us. You do wear many hats, so I know it's a lot of
Mm.
experiences that you can share with us. So just a quick snippet of who is behind this household name. When I hear Andy Appiah Kubi, Honorable Andy Appiah Kubi, who should I think of?
Oh, actually, think of my parents who gave
Okay.
me the name Appiah Kubi. Indeed, my father was called Appiah, so obviously the Kubi is an addition that is traditionally normal.
Nice,
And then my father passed though, but he's the one behind the name.
nice, awesome, awesome. All right, so let's move into our questions. Growing up, did you look up to anyone as a mentor? Was there anyone who inspired you as a young boy?
Yes, as a young boy, I had one of my teachers who actually inspired me. This teacher always used to tell me that I have some future in education, that I
Wow.
should pursue this line of training. So he's the one who inspired me the most. But uh, coming through the universities, I was a student leader then and the associate president for that matter. And I had opportunity of visiting the United States. There was this primaries of was the Democrats Party. I had
Nice.
opportunity of witnessing what was going on, and I saw then candidate Clinton
Wow.
coming through the aisle, coming to address his constituents, and I enjoyed his speech. I enjoyed his mood. I
Wow.
enjoyed his presentation, and then politically, I chose him as my mentor.
Nice. Wow. That's definitely awesome. You know, listening to you, how you had these two men as your mentors and the trajectory of your life so far.
Mm.
So let's talk a little bit about your formative years. What were some difficult challenges that you faced growing up as a young man?
Yeah, you've come to this village. I'm sure you have the opportunity of talking to some of the people here,
Yeah.
and they will tell you what it was as a young boy growing and the difficulties, challenges
Yeah.
that were confronting us. Um, my house is in the middle of the community. You pass these areas are new areas, so you see quite some architecture that are different from
Yeah.
that which is in the center of the city. So if you go there, you will see abject poverty uh, that is transforming into middle class. But in our very formative years, we had very poor parentage background was poor, or I'll say humble.
Hmm.
So we had a lot of challenges in going to school.
Wow.
But through the benevolence of some of our educators, and particularly one particular teacher who was always there for me by way of supporting my education.
Awesome.
So, but for some people like that, we wouldn't have been able to go through education at all,
Right.
because it was challenging, very
Wow.
difficult, because parents themselves couldn't just take care of all
Yeah.
the educational needs of students. I, in particular,
Wow.
I had a lot of difficulty always
Wow.
bringing out the money to pay for my fees and
Hmm.
to acquire the necessary logistics necessary
Yeah.
for education.
Yeah.
So it was challenging.
Wow.
Not so good. I had these teachers who were always ready to come to my aid.
Awesome. So let me ask you this. Did any of these challenges make you feel like quitting at all?
Yes, at some point in time, when those days we needed to go to the examination centers and write uh, entrance exams, and at a point in time where I had to go and write for secondary education, it was difficult finding money to even do the registration. So at that point, I thought that I would end after my basic education,
Wow.
because I didn't see much hope
Wow.
going through secondary education, because it was difficult to raise the logistics for even the entrance exam. So I didn't know what would happen in the event that I was even admitted into any of the schools. What would happen to me?
Yeah, that's
So that was the point where I was thinking of finding another
yeah.
uh, income earner.
Wow. That's definitely an inspiring story. Looking
Mm.
at those humble beginnings to looking at you now as a
Yes.
household name in Ghana. So what keeps you going in life?
You see, even at the point that I wanted to quit, Providence didn't want me. So
Mm.
there was this head teacher of mine who said, no, 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 go and write your name as a candidate. And
Wow.
those days, when you wrote your name, you were required to take a photograph, passport size, to put on
Mm-hmm.
your application form. And the money to pay for that passport picture was also difficult.
Wow.
There was one teacher of mine who paid for that photograph to be taken. When we had to go to Agogo, and I'm sure that you slept in Agogo last
Yeah.
night, so you know the
Yeah.
distance between here and Agogo.
Yeah.
And as if by some geographical disconnection, at the time it was too far. Now, because the road network is good, so you won't experience the distance that much. But
Wow.
those days were far, and we needed to go by public transport. You see, and it was also difficult to pay for my transportation to the examination center and back.
Wow.
So, again, this headmaster of mine, he put me between his legs as he sat in the front seat of that uh, passenger car.
Wow.
So I didn't have to pay, because it was at the benevolence of the
Yeah.
headmaster, who was
Wow.
sitting in the front seat, and I had to stay between his
Wow.
legs to go to write exam.
It's amazing.
And my mother knew the day was for the exams. So normally when we were going to school, they would give us something to eat in the afternoon before during the break. And so I was given the roasted plantain
Wow.
to take to the examination center, because there was no
Yeah.
money to buy the food in the
Oh.
at the examination center. So I entered the examination room with that piece in my hand.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So you need to be searched before you go and sit down. So the search revealed that I had something that was inadmissible to the examination room.
Which was your food?
It
The
was
only
my
food
food.
you had?
Oh, this invigilator said, no, 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 you can bring this one. I
Wow.
was about to throw it away. I said, please, don't throw it, because this is what I have
Wow.
for the break, because I needed to finish one paper, go on a break, and come back to do the other.
Wow.
So if you threw this one away, I wasn't going to get anything to eat to come back to
Yeah.
write. So I said,
Wow.
please don't do that. So
Yeah.
he agreed with me, and took a sheet of paper to wrap it up, put it on the table, so that if I finished the first paper, going back for the break, I would take it and go and enjoy it.
Wow.
So this is how
Amazing.
it was difficult
Yeah.
to do. And in all cases, I just say thank you to
Mm.
my teachers. And indeed, I'm very grateful to the
Yeah.
Almighty for opening the doors for me.
Awesome. Awesome. And I definitely want to re-echo. Thank you so much to the headmaster you mentioned and all the teachers
Yes.
who were very impactful in your life. So you did mention your mom. How important has family been in your journey? And how have they impacted your life so far?
Well, I have been a mother's son, as I would say, because uh, we always lived with our mother,
Mhm.
who had three boys
Mm.
as children, and she didn't have a girl, so we did all the chores by ourselves. We were turned into girls of a kind,
Wow.
so we had to help our mom
Hmm.
do daily chores and things.
Yeah.
So we grew closer and closer and closer to her, and that she became more or less our invigilator. She
Mm.
was a very strong woman, so she
Wow.
won't let you off. She will make sure you do everything that is required of you, even the, the job reserved for girls.
Hmm.
So more or less, we were both men and women because
Yeah.
we had to do everything.
Wow.
But she was such a disciplinarian that if you didn't have your bath, she
Hmm.
would not let you eat.
That's an African mother for sure.
No, no, no. If you didn't clean your teeth, you were not going to eat.
Yeah.
So she was that stringent on
Yeah.
doing what we needed to do before you can find food.
Wow.
So she was such a disciplinarian,
Yes.
and we are grateful to him in the end for making us also survive the turbulence that we had
Yeah.
to go through. Many
Amazing.
times we had to even live with family members here and
Mm.
there. Because of the training that we acquired from her, it
Hmm.
wasn't too difficult to adjust.
Amazing. Amazing. Awesome. So let's take a look at one of your important roles in your life as a father. Having kids, if they have soccer practice, maybe play dates with friends or other activities. How difficult is that knowing with all the many hats that you wear, you might not be present for all of these things? How is that? How do you handle that?
Well, when I was growing, I didn't have people to supervise me.
Mm.
And nevertheless, I had to live with an uncle of mine into adolescent age.
Okay.
And this uncle of mine also made sure that I never slipped into the social vices
Mm.
and made sure that I knew what I could do, what I couldn't do. And you see, I have to be very grateful to him also because uh, coming through secondary school, there were people who were deviants, wouldn't obey regulations and rules on campus. I never fell foul to any of them because of the training. And that my uncle always made sure that I remembered that I didn't have a supportive family
Mm.
and that I'm going through life
Yeah.
through benevolence of people and through providence. So
Awesome.
I was always very mindful of that. And therefore, I didn't have to
Hmm.
even attempt any of the social vices like
Yeah.
smoking,
Yeah.
doing all kind
Wow.
of drinking and the
Yeah.
like. And that has sustained me to this present time. And you see that
Amazing.
even though there are people here in the house drinking alcohol,
Yeah.
this is what I choose to do. So that
Yeah.
kind of training, I also try to impact on my children,
Awesome.
not to stay wayward,
Yeah.
stay in line, make sure
Yeah.
you respect rules, you respect authority,
Mhm.
and then go through
Mhm.
life the same way as
Mhm.
my uncle got me to do.
Mhm. Mhm.
So the children of mine, I try to investigate the talents God given me.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
sometimes I find people who are good at this or that,
Mm.
and I don't insist on them doing a particular
Okay.
line of activity. No, I give
Okay.
them the freedom to develop whatever talent they have. So
Awesome.
some of my children, they've been very good academically, and
Okay.
they've taken the line.
Okay.
Others who are good at sports. In fact,
Mm.
I have a little boy who does well at football. I
Wow.
encourage him. All I do is to get him trainers, get him the equipment they need,
Mm.
and then also give them the time and the support of uh,
Yeah.
people who supervise them. Even if
Awesome.
I'm not there, there will be
Okay.
somebody
Okay.
who will be supervising so
Awesome.
that they develop such talents
Yeah.
also. I'm not,
Wow.
jealous of one activity over the other.
Mhm.
I leave it to them to develop their talents naturally.
Wow. Wow.
but make sure that they don't fall wayward.
Do they ever feel? Do they ever make you feel guilty that you might not be present for an activity? Do they ever have like an emotional? Um,
Yes, normally when I'm there, I know that they want to impress. So every now and again, I
yeah.
find opportunity and time to go and observe
Mm.
because my presence also makes a lot of difference, especially this boy playing football.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, he is always uh, happy when he sees
Yeah.
me in the stands watching him,
Awesome.
and so I find time to go and see him. And
Awesome.
sometimes when they send their videos to me, I get impressed. So sometimes I want
Mm-hmm.
to sit and watch him
Yeah.
play.
Wow.
The same way, those who are in academics,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes when they bring uh, excellent reports from school,
Mm-hmm.
I sometimes propose dinner with them at their choice of place and choice of food and things, and I
Nice.
help them. Sometimes I give them presents that will be monumental in their
Yeah.
lives. So I
Amazing.
encourage all of them to
Yeah.
do well.
Good.
What I didn't get in my life, I
Mm.
want to give.
Oh
So in
wow.
all cases,
Mm-hmm.
when I see people happy, I am also happy.
Yeah, that's amazing. It's really good having an insight into your role as a father because, we know the political Andy, we know the lawyer Appiah Kubi. So when it comes to being a family man, if we're to ask your kids to describe you in one word, what do you think they would say?
I'm always a friend to them all.
Mm.
I'm sure they will say that sometimes they call me by my first name.
Oh, so they just go Andy.
Yes, especially when I have one of them called Andy also,
Oh, okay.
and they want to see me as their brother Andy. So they
Mm.
don't. The only way they distinguish between their brother and me
Mm-hmm.
is to say Daddy,
Yeah.
which they seldom do. They will
Wow.
call
Wow.
Andy, and in all cases when they call Andy, I think it's me, so I respond. They say, no, 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 we are not talking about you.
Yeah.
So I try to be their friend.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
you see, when they call me, oh, how are you? Hi dear, how are you? That kind of
Mhm.
thing. I have um, two girls out of the country, one in
Okay.
Canada, one in United States. When they call me as if they calling their boyfriend. But
Wow.
because of my closeness to them,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
don't think that I'm the father anymore.
Wow. That's
Mm.
amazing, and that's a testament to how you are as a
No, they
parent.
think that I'm either a friend
Yeah.
or a brother.
Wow.
So
That's
I will take
amazing.
it like that.
That's
Mm.
amazing. So, as we've gotten some insight into how you are as a father, what is one thing that you would like to do better as a dad?
Well, I would want to improve upon my relationship with them, to be able to be with them at all times when they need
Mm-hmm.
me. And my chosen profession doesn't allow me.
Mm.
And indeed,
Mm.
sometimes I get very um, sad about the situation that I can give
Mm.
them what they need,
Yeah.
including my attention at
Yeah.
all times.
Yeah.
But I believe the, the earlier ones understand that
Yeah.
they have a father who is busy.
Yeah.
And I get them to understand that you get what you need
Mm-hmm.
because your father is busy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a trade off.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Leave me to find something for you
Yeah.
so that, in fact, if I fall short of the attention
Yeah.
that I have to give to you, it
Yeah.
is compensated by
Wow.
my ability to provide for what you need.
Mm.
So,
Mm.
well, we agree to work together. So
Yeah. That's amazing. That's
I know that
really
I'm not doing too well with them, but I'm sure also that they
yeah.
agree that we are both
Yeah.
in the enterprise.
Yeah. Yeah. That's amazing. And I mean, providing the type of life you would want for them does take a
Mhm.
toll, but
Yes,
it seems like you have
you
a
must
way of
sacrifice something for something.
exactly.
Uh-huh.
Exactly. Wow. Awesome. So thank you so much. Really knowing more about your role as a father and your relationships with your family and all that. Let's look more into your political life. So quite recently, we had the 2024 election. You unfortunately lost the 2024 parliamentary election. Was that expected?
Well, to give you a straight answer, no.
Okay.
but
Okay.
to also help you in developing a political journey. I would say that you are starting from the end of the political journey.
Okay.
I would rather we started from the beginning of the
Mm.
political journey
Mm.
and then traverse the journey
Okay.
to the end.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
I tell you that my interest in politics started
Mm-hmm.
in secondary school. Yes,
Really?
yes.
Wow.
I was in the fifth year in secondary, and no, when I was in the fourth year,
Mm-hmm.
uh, preparing for promotion into the fifth year. That's where they select the leadership of the school. On this particular occasion, um, I, the headmaster called me. I went there and in front of the headmaster, housemasters, and who was it? And the school's Beza,
Mm.
one in charge of accounts of the school. Then they asked me whether I would be interested in becoming the school prefect. I said no. They said why? And I said no. I know the lifestyle of student leaders.
Mm-hmm.
What they need to become, I don't have. So I'm not sure that I will be
Wow.
able to do it. Because here I didn't have the clothes that school prefects will have to wear. I didn't have the luxury of even shoes that they have to wear
Mm-hmm.
and the flamboyance that they need to
Yeah.
display.
Yeah.
So I said, why me? No. Yeah, my straight answer was no.
Wow.
Then the headmaster said, okay, you go, come back tomorrow and see me. So when I got back tomorrow to see him, it was him alone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he says that everybody on the table yesterday thought that you would be a good leader.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore, everybody rooted for you. So you are going to be the school prefect.
Wow.
I said, but I don't have anything to become a school prefect. So,
You said that to them even though people wanted you to
yes,
be
yes,
the
yes,
school
yes,
prefect.
because I didn't have. That was a
Wow.
fact. I
Wow.
didn't have. So I told him that. And then he said that we'll see what we'll do. But it looks like everybody is talking about you. And I knew that in class, if they saw the classwork alone,
Mm-hmm.
they probably would. And I thought that the influence was coming from the academic results.
Mm-hmm.
But there was more to it than academic results. That's what
Mm.
I saw.
Mm.
Because the school prefects that I had seen,
Mm-hmm.
they were sharply dressed, student leaders.
Yeah.
And I didn't have that. So I wasn't going to do. But the man, he told me that I should call my uncle and then find
Mm.
out. So it was this uncle of mine. And indeed, I had earned scholarships from first year to that point.
Wow.
In fact, on one occasion where my scholarship couldn't cover my fees, I was sent to come and bring the difference. I came and
Wow.
spent 2 weeks. I didn't get the money. So it was the headmaster who called my friend, uh, Martin, asked him why I haven't come. He said, when they sent me to bring the fees, I couldn't return. So it was headmaster who gave my friend money to come and
Wow.
bring me anyhow.
Wow.
And he gave him good enough money to be able to take me also back. And indeed, we had something small to buy some food
Yeah.
on our way back. So I got back to the school, and the headmaster said that, notwithstanding your indebtedness to the school,
Mm-hmm.
and he called the Beza, told him that he shouldn't worry me, he should let me
Wow.
move on. He was only relying on academic performance
Yeah.
only,
Oh,
and
wow.
giving me the privilege.
Mm-hmm.
So they let me. The end of semester, the end of term, the beginning of the next term, he had applied a scholarship, second one for me. To be honest with you, I share this not to indict anybody, but
Mm.
to show gratitude.
Wow.
The first scholarship was Andy Appiah Kubi. The second one was Andrew Appiah. I didn't quite understand,
Yeah.
but I'm sure that the
Yeah.
headmaster had to do that to cover the
Yeah.
rest of my indebtedness, and
Wow.
to wipe off the indebtedness, and
Mm-hmm.
also to give me latitude to go through education
Yeah.
with the second support.
Mm.
So
Wow.
growing up now, I understand why he had
Yeah.
to do that, because I wouldn't have been
Wow.
able. See, so that man, he did something wrong though, but
Mm-hmm.
it is that who generated
Yeah.
my forward march.
Yeah.
Now
Amazing.
I became school prefect in the school. I called my uncle. I said, "This is what has befallen me." He said, "They
Mm-hmm.
want me to be school prefect. I don't have what it takes." So he
Mm.
took me to Kumasi. There was this uh, used clothing center.
Mm-hmm.
So he
Mm-hmm.
found some t-shirts for me, white shirts. I came back to school. My friends said that, "Oh, anytime you want to go somewhere you need our clothing, we'll be able to give you."
Wow.
So there were quite about 4 friends of mine.
Mm-hmm.
One of them will give me a trouser, the next one will give me a shirt, another will
Wow.
give me a shoe, and I'll be full.
Wow. All fully dressed by
All
your
fully dressed.
friends. That's
So
amazing.
those who didn't understand what was happening in our dormitory,
Yeah.
they they thought that I was that, you know, that flashy. I
Mm-hmm.
was by
Wow.
the benevolence of my friends.
Mm-hmm.
So going through, but in course of my work as a school prefect, the exposure that I got, the confidence that I got, and you see, so many attributes of leadership that
Mm-hmm.
I was
Mm-hmm.
exposed to
Mm-hmm.
probably prepared me
Okay.
for
Okay.
later leadership
Okay.
roles. And then
Wow.
coming to the university, I also somehow my friends promoted me and said that we want to do the campaign for me.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so I won the election and became the SRC
Wow.
president in Lagos
Wow.
University.
Wow.
So that is how the political life.
Mm.
Then uh, slipping out of the university,
Mm-hmm.
there was a vacancy in the student in the youth wing of the party.
Okay.
The guy who was mobilizing the youth for the party at the time had to unceremoniously
Mm.
leave the country.
Okay.
So the
Okay.
youth at the time they came together and they selected me as a youth organizer.
Wow.
So in the records of NPP,
Mm-hmm.
I was once the youth organizer in the years of 1989 and
Wow.
2000. So I was leading the youth and fighting for victory in 2000
Mm-hmm.
elections.
Wow.
And thereafter, I was still also in business school at the time.
Okay.
So when we won the election, I had to finish my exam. And then when I finished the exam, I came back and I got engaged in free zones as the
Mm.
deputy chief executive. So, but I had done a lot of also other
Yeah.
enterprise work, even through school and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the beginning of the
Yeah.
national political life.
Wow.
So after say Kufuor's administration, I started uh, contesting for the parliamentary seat.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, I went into contest with the then sitting finance minister, who was from this constituency. So between me and him, we had a primaries.
Yeah.
I lost to him by 5 votes.
Wow. That
So
was your first attempt.
that was my first attempt
That's impressive.
to a sitting finance minister. Unfortunately, along the line, as we were preparing for the general election,
Mm-hmm.
uh, he died.
Mm.
And you know, this side of the world, nothing happens without
Mm-hmm.
supernatural intervention.
Yeah.
And a
Yeah.
lot of noise were made, and they said that probably I was part of his.
That's a that's a question we should probably delve in a
Yes,
little bit because
yes.
there's some rumors sometimes you hear
Mm,
listening to rumors in Ghana about the then finance
mm,
minister losing his life.
mm.
The crazy rumor that you'd hear, and
No, no, no. It's all
I'm
right.
not
Go
I'm
ahead.
let me say this, I'm not dying to ask this question,
You,
but
you have to.
I wouldn't do this interview justice if I
Mm,
don't ask that.
yes, you have to.
So in relation to that, did you allegedly have a hand in the death of that finance minister?
Very good, interesting question. And I think if you didn't ask this question, you wouldn't even have done a lot of justice to me. So I'm happy that you've asked the question. But let me explain the background to that.
Okay.
Indeed, the finance minister then was my very good friend.
Okay.
We used to have meetings here, social gatherings here. And in fact, I proposed him in 1986
Okay.
for selection as the member of parliament. We stayed as friends, but fact is that he told me that he was not going to contest again in 2008,
Okay.
and therefore he saw me as the natural successor,
Mm.
and that I should prepare. And he gave me a list of the delegates
Oh,
with their numbers
wow.
for me to start calling,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Mm-hmm.
started. And I knew and thought that he was going to support me
Okay.
in that endeavor. But I'm told that the chairman then didn't want me to be and
Mm.
impress upon him to come back and contest. And that
Oh,
he had told me that he wasn't feeling too well. He wanted
yeah.
time for himself. But
Okay.
somehow he started also calling back before he had given to me. So
Mm.
I asked him a few questions, but why? And he would
Mm-hmm.
say that I am under pressure to continue, but
Mm.
you let's go. If you win, then you go. I will not do much so that you can win.
Yeah.
But going, I saw him intensifying the campaign. I called back. On 3 occasions, I called him. And he said, look, the pressure on you, you go on. If it gets to some point, I will withdraw.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, they cannot bring anybody. So
Mm-hmm.
I took it. Then we're getting too close. I called him again and said, but what I
Mm-hmm.
hear is that you are still, it says that let us go.
Yeah.
If you win, I'll support you.
Right. Right.
If for some reason I win, I expect that you support me as always.
Yeah.
I said, okay, let's go. So this is how it came.
Okay.
Then uh, I had then left law school and I was having a party to celebrate
Mm-hmm.
the exam. Then he was supposed to be the chairman of the occasion. He went to South Africa. One afternoon, there was rumor that he passed.
Mm.
Why? Then it came to be that it was a true story. So there were interviews as we are conducting now,
Mm-hmm.
asking me the same questions.
Mm-hmm.
People are saying that you have killed him, you had a hand in it. So I was trying to explain that,
Mm.
no, he's my friend.
Yeah.
Anything at all, it won't be me to do it. And I don't even believe in spirituality
Mm-hmm.
to start with. So I don't
Mm-hmm.
even think that it is true.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when I was explaining, there was this chief Nagugu, Nana Kwakusapu. In fact, on occasion when I was explaining on radio, I broke
Mm-hmm.
down
Mm.
emotionally, and he called me. So I went to listen to him. Then he said that I heard you explaining out that you don't have any hand in it, and I heard that you also broke down emotionally, and you couldn't continue the interview.
Mm.
He said that, look, be man enough.
Yeah.
Even though I know it is not true,
Mm-hmm.
if they say that, it means they are afraid of you. So continue to carry that yourself in that mood and
Mm.
let them continue to be afraid of you.
Mm.
And that way
Mm.
you will be able to suppress them.
Yeah.
Very good advice. He gave me, said that me, myself, when people were against me and they were saying all kinds of things, I would
Mm-hmm.
invite um, traditional believers to come and play music and dance here,
Yeah.
and I would drink some wines and go out. When people saw me, they would run because they knew I was casting juju on them. So begin to frighten them,
Mm-hmm.
and out of that, they will not
Mm-hmm.
continue to throw mud at you like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I endured that pain,
Yeah.
and I promised myself that I wasn't going to quit because of that,
Mm-hmm.
and that I would come back. So I retreated for some time,
Okay.
yes, and in 2012, I remember that election I withdrew. We were supposed to do a second primary to select somebody in this place, but I didn't contest
Okay.
because of all the
All
things
the
that were people
issues.
saying.
Okay.
And even in 2012, when people here pick forms fill forms for my signature. They were prepared to pay. I said, no, 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 I wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
So I took the forms. And I told them that I was going to submit, but I did not.
Wow.
Because I thought the time was not right.
Mm-hmm.
Until 2016. So I had told a lot of people that I wasn't interested at all. 2016, when I decided that I would contest, then I came in and won the primaries and won the election and won again 2020.
Amazing.
So it has been a checkered history in politics. But you see, everything that comes, you have to enjoy it. In my capacity as president of the SRC, Legon, I had a lot of exposure. I had to go to US to meet with some of the politicians. In fact, one person that I met that I still remember, Donald Payne, was chairman of Ways and Means Committee of US Congress.
Nice.
Barbara Waters, some Mazin Waters, Barbara Lee.
Maxine Waters,
Yes, these are people that encourage me.
Amazing.
And on occasion, some of them gave me some kind words and encouraged me to go on. In fact, I was in contact with Donald Payne for a long time. I was calling to find out what was happening to me and all that.
Awesome.
So it was also a useful experience.
I'm glad you touched on the late Kojo Barredo, and may his soul rest in peace. Because sometimes you hear these rumors out there and you wonder, like, okay, what's the story behind this? So thank you so much for taking the time to
There is a friend of mine who told me something about it. He said, if anybody said that he killed Kojo Barredo's dog, I wouldn't even believe. There are things that he can do. There are things that he can do. And truly, I'm not sure that I'm so vicious to be able to want to hurt anybody. No, not at all.
Definitely.
I like competition.
Yes.
But I like to compete fairly also at all times.
Yeah.
And when I compete and lose, I take it in good faith. It's part of life. It's part of experience. Those who don't lose don't win. You see, so losing is the beginning of winning. So sometimes I feel that it's important for you to lose so that you know what got wrong and you correct yourself and move on. Sometimes too, I believe in providence, that this is not your direction. Change here. Take another detour and let's see what will happen. And I'm happy.
So staying on the detour, after listening to your political career, that's a very successful political career. Look, from the outside looking in, anyone would love to live that type of experienced or lived experience that you have had as a politician. And with a detour came the 2024 parliamentary election, where that is what I would say probably ended your active political career or public office as a politician. Did that affect your family in a way?
Well, obviously, yes and no.
Okay.
I cite two instances. On an occasion that I lost election in primaries in 2008, the news of my loss came to my father, who was then living here and sitting down there before I got here. And I came to find my father crying.
That's heartbreaking.
And he said that these people, they don't know.
They
don't know you. And I also broke down. I told him that this will definitely not be the end.
That's amazing.
In 2024, when I lost, came to find my mother, who says, now it won't put pressure on you again. So, and my little boy, I came to see after we lost, and we came to Accra. I got back to my town here, and my boy had asked the mother, where is daddy? He said, daddy's gone to Jansa. He said, again?
That means he's going to miss you.
He said, again? What I saw from it, what I took from it is that he was happy that I wasn't doing it anymore. And he was disappointed that I was showing that I'm still interested.
So he had a mixed feeling.
He didn't want it. Because he thought that he had lost me for so long.
Yeah.
Now that he's getting me back, I want
Finally.
to put myself back in
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
So mixed feelings. There are people
Wow.
who are angry that I didn't go. There are people who are happy that it's good for my life. And in fact, looking back, the people who are sitting here, you see,
Yeah.
they are all members of the party
Yeah.
that still want to solidarize with me
Mm-hmm.
and want to encourage me. Some of them trying to even encourage me to come back.
Yeah.
But it's a closed chapter.
Yeah.
I'm finished.
Closed for good.
I'm finished.
We'll get into that in a little bit. Let's stay on the 2024 election. So we see there was a clear wave of Ghanaians voting for the NDC. We had this tremendous loss of seats by the NPP. What would you say attributed to this loss?
I've said it time and time again that as a government, we lack discipline.
Okay.
I've said it, and I want uh, everybody to take note of that. And indeed, if we ever have to come to power again, we have to be watchful of how we carry ourselves and behave in governance.
Okay.
Um, the last time Dr. Baumia and we had an encounter, he invited me to give my opinion about the politics of the time. In fact, before we came into 2024 election, and what he expected me to do, I said, look, the only way I will see you as a president is when you ensure discipline in your administration. If you don't, you will not last. And I will not be part of that administration that shows indiscipline. And on the occasion that members of parliament were unhappy with our own government, and I had mobilized people to be able to voice out that disappointment. It was important for us to discuss why and how.
Okay.
But we had to choose the middle of the road situation. Okay. Just sound a warning and not bring out so much of the debt. It didn't mean that we didn't have justification for what we proposed, but we thought that it was important for us to only just cite the warning and point a direction rather than advocate the misdeed.
Okay. Okay.
So we did just that because it was getting up to a political season.
Yeah.
And we had interest to sustain ourselves in government.
Right.
So it was not prudent for us to bring out the ills of government. Yeah. So we decided to be measured in our communication.
So now that we're not in the political season anymore, what steps do you think the NPP should take to be back in the good graces of Ghanaians? Apart from, you mentioned indiscipline. So apart from that, what are some other steps that the NPP can take?
Indeed, incompetence was part of, but again, I will put that as indiscipline of leadership.
Okay.
The people who were appointing people were not competent. You see, so that was display of indiscipline. But you see, it's a constitutional problem. You see, that penchant to aggregate power into one person's hand is a constitutional creation. The constitution creates an executive president who becomes unduly powerful and everybody submits to that person. And in all cases of consolidation of power into one person's hand, you create a philosopher king of a kind, Machiavellian.
Yeah.
And therefore, that philosopher king will not listen to anybody, but get everybody to submit to his whims.
Okay.
And sometimes naturally, other times by virtue of what I can do for you, I cannot do for you.
Yeah.
Or sometimes by virtue of how I can use the power to suppress and intimidate and maybe punish.
Wow.
You see, so the constitution itself creates that monster of a leader who will bow to everybody, notwithstanding good or bad.
Okay.
So the constitutional difficulty must go away so that we create a natural human leader who will be leading, thinking of the people behind.
Okay.
But not who will be leading, suppressing the people behind.
Yeah. Wow. So we're suggesting a constitutional revision.
We have the opportunity to review our constitution now.
Okay.
And it will be a beautiful opportunity to look at the core governance,
Okay.
a presidency. So we must create an institution within the executive that is malleable
Okay.
to find people who will be able to perform to the expectation of the
Mm-hmm.
people, of the population, not
Awesome.
people who will submit to one particular person in leadership.
Yeah.
You understand?
Awesome.
This is what we have. So the American executive presidency, I'm sure it is alien to Africans.
Mm.
So the collectivity in taking decisions and implementing
Mm-hmm.
decisions has been, I prefer that one to this one,
Mm-hmm.
so that you are always on test,
Yeah.
so that anytime that you abuse the office, anytime that you fell short, there are people who are ready to take you off and bring
Mm-hmm.
somebody. It doesn't matter
Amazing.
if we take you off and we think that you have turned a leaf, bring you back. But
Mm-hmm.
every power must be limited by some kind of arrangement, so that because of the limitation in your uh, enjoyment of power,
Yeah.
you'll be measured in the things and the ways you do things. But
Right.
if you do that without any reservation at all,
Mm-hmm.
chances are that you are going to see yourself
Mm-hmm.
as uh, this philosopher can, as I said,
Mm-hmm.
as omnipotent.
Are we creating a
Cannot
dictatorship? Would you say we're towing
increase
that line?
a dictatorship.
Okay.
And in fact, the Constitution says that even where everybody thinks that
Mm-hmm.
this is not good and we
Yeah.
table it before you, you have the prerogative to
Mm-hmm.
decide either way or this way.
Yeah.
When everybody thinks that you are wrong, the only thing that I expect politicians to do is to accept that you are
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
But if the Constitution itself says that no matter what everybody thinks, you have a prerogative to take A or B, that in itself is
It's
not the right position.
problematic. Yeah. That's
Problematic
problematic, I would say, for democracy.
for
Would you
democracy.
agree? Okay. I know we have a few minutes to wrap up here. Let's
Mm.
talk about women in politics.
Yes.
We've seen a lot of women taking space in the political arena. What's your take on that?
Yes, I will always encourage women to be, and indeed I start from you. So when you talk about women in politics, I'm not sure that uh, it is fair
Okay.
to leave yourself out, because I see in you what women need to enter politics:
Wow.
sense of independence, understanding of the political issues, and understanding of social issues, and ability to do the necessary advocacy.
Wow.
Indeed, you have been privileged to be able to uh, acquire the necessary training that puts you on the spot.
Wow.
I don't agree with people who want to add women for the sake of the fact that they are women. No,
Right. Right. And
I don't agree.
I like that you mentioned that because, I think looking back, women have been sidelined based on the fact that you are incompetent
Mm,
for the specific role that you're
mm.
chosen for. And, sometimes one would even say that's misogynistic to say that. But looking at the type of women in leadership roles in the political sphere now, what would you say our selection is based off of
You
for
must
the
earn your
election?
position.
Okay.
You must
Okay.
earn it. There shouldn't be um, a yardstick for women, a yardstick
Mm-hmm.
for men.
Mm-hmm.
Must be a uniform yardstick. Meet that expectation
Right.
and pre-qualify.
Okay.
If you don't qualify, you don't qualify.
Yeah.
You can be a hermaphrodite or something. You must qualify.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yes, we must encourage women into politics,
Mm-hmm.
but those women who come must
Mm-hmm.
qualify.
They must be
Simple.
qualified.
I mean, you must
Amazing.
meet the qualification
Mm-hmm.
criteria.
Yeah.
No, nothing short of that. Your gender doesn't guarantee you a position.
I like
I
that.
don't think so.
I like
You
that.
must earn a position and you walk into it,
Awesome.
and then you can sustain yourself there.
Awesome.
Mm.
There's a sentiment, following up on what you just mentioned, there's a sentiment that some women have to find dubious means based on the system in
Mm.
order to get a position. Is that
It happens.
okay?
It happens. And I don't take kindly to people who do that.
Okay.
And that boils down to a discipline. You
Mm,
become a leader
mm,
and you want to get a woman into a
mm.
position, you want favors
Yeah.
of any kind
Yeah.
before you consider. I believe that competence should be the only criteria for selection. You must be
Awesome.
competent enough and you must have the necessary experience You must have the necessary networking. You must have understanding.
Yeah.
And indeed, when people come for vetting in our parliaments, and people start talking about interests that are not considerable for the position they want to take,
Yeah.
I get frustrated. I say,
Yeah.
what? And people talk about exogenous,
Yeah.
issues. You see, you want a position. The politician has its own expectations and requirements. So discuss those requirements and
Yeah.
expectations. If they meet it, then let them go. If they
Exactly.
don't, too bad.
Exactly.
Get them out.
All right.
I'm not the kind of person who support you because you are my
Just
sister
because you're a
or
woman.
you are a woman.
Yeah.
You
Awesome.
must earn it.
Amazing. So to wrap up the political conversation, there's another topic that I would definitely want us to touch on, which is some would say scary. I'm sure there are a lot of leaders in Ghana who would want to get into the political sphere. So my question to you is, were you really poisoned
Oh,
as a politician?
well, I don't know. Well, in fact, it happened. If you say, well, was I poisoned? The answer is straight yes.
Wow.
I don't like telling lies because when you do, you find it difficult to remember what we have said.
Yeah.
If you tell the truth as it happened, you always know that is the truth anyway. And on occasion that I had that experience, um, it happened within Ashanti region here. In fact, we had gone to Kumaru for the by-election.
Wow.
It's there that it happened. I don't want to explain the circumstances because if I do, it will be easy to find the people. And the people who did that, I know all of them.
Wow.
I still associate with them.
These are people of the same political
Yes,
affiliation as you.
I still associate with them. And I
Wow.
go the extra mile of doing the things that people would not expect me to do for them.
Do
And I
they
do.
know that you know?
If they don't know that I know, then they are not, their heads are not properly screwed on.
Wow.
Because they cannot, well, if they don't know that I know, then there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Because
Wow.
um, the circumstances that surrounded the activity, I became a little careless, I must also confess.
Okay.
Because
Okay. How
the
so?
people, the people who were with me, they were separated from me,
Okay.
and I was given the food. I thought that they were doing me honor.
Mm. Mm.
So I am not somebody who usually will eat from somebody's place. I don't do that. And since we've been here, you see that myself, I've been in the kitchen
Yeah.
and do the right things.
Yeah.
If you don't even enjoy it, no problem. But that's another conversation.
That's
But
a
at
story
least
for another day.
but at least you get something to eat from my kitchen.
Yeah.
You see. But
Yeah.
on that occasion, I had gone out to do the things for the party without eating, and I was delayed still working for the party.
Wow.
So, and indeed, uh, where I was when it happened, there was a medical doctor there.
Wow. Wow.
So, but I had even spoken to her, and I thought she was a friend and all that. So, in the night when it happened, right here, this way,
Wow.
and the people who took me to the hospital, they are here.
Wow. You do have a lot of support here in Johnson, and it really speaks to your political
Yes,
experience and
yes. But to
contribution.
finish that story before I come to this, the people who took me to the hospital, they are here. So if
Wow.
you want to have interaction with
Yeah,
them, they will tell
definitely.
you. And when I went to the hospital, in fact, they took me into a pickup and then going to the hospital.
Wow.
And this is a doctor who has been a personal doctor and friend. So he just transferred from Agogo to that place. Yakwe is just not too far from here.
Okay.
So I went there and it was late night, around 2 a.m. Then they called the doctor. The doctor came out, saw me and said, take him to, was it a theater or something? So they took me inside the hospital and I saw the doctor. They mounted some tripods with all kinds of
Mm-hmm.
injections through
Wow.
my vein. You see, there was this dextrose there, there. So they were, I don't know, over
Wow.
some time
Yeah.
I slip off. So I didn't
Wow.
see what they did.
Yeah. Wow.
Then I heard name call, Honorable, Honorable. I said, yes, doc. So
Hmm.
I opened my eyes
Mm-hmm.
and it was daylight. So I said, oh, it is daylight now. Then the doctor said, this is the third day.
Oh, wow. So you were out
So,
for a couple of
so
days.
2 days. People came to see me.
Wow.
Um, I didn't see any of them. My sisters were coming and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see them. So third
Wow.
day, then they said they would discharge me then. So they brought me here. And I was sleeping in the living room here. And the nurses here, they came to administer
Mm.
they said
IV.
antibiotics.
Okay.
So in my veins here, I was sleeping for another
Wow.
3 days here. Uh, Supervision of the doctor here and the
Mm.
nurses
Wow.
before they discharged me to go to in fact, I continued the treatment in Kolebu.
Mm.
So it is true that there was this unfortunate incident, but I thank God that I survived it.
Yeah. We
And you
thank
see,
God.
it becomes a warning to me
Mm-hmm.
that you have to be careful
Wow.
at all
I
times.
mean, we thank
You
God
don't
for
you
your
don't
life.
you don't lose guard for a
Mm-hmm.
minute because that
Yeah.
will be the defining moment.
Yeah. Wow. You've really had an interesting political career with all these experiences that you've had. And I know you mentioned you are retired from active political
Can
positions.
I qualify the retirement from
Hmm.
elective
Elective. Okay.
politics?
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. So, with that, what advice would you have for young leaders who want to get in such positions?
and I said from the beginning that winning starts from losing.
Mm. Yes.
So I will encourage those who are interested. In fact, for you to be able to sustain yourself in politics, you must
Hmm.
have the interest.
Okay.
Um, some people will say vision, but I think vision comes out of interest.
Okay.
If you are not interested in anything, you won't have the vision. So personally, I think it comes from interest.
Okay.
Um, and I think the politics should be defined as your ability or your interest to think of the next person but you.
Mm. So, a selfless political.
It must be a selfless submission
Okay.
to management of communities.
Wow.
And therefore, I think in my particular case,
Mm-hmm.
we this hospital that you see here,
Mm-hmm.
it was a German group, volunteer group that came
Mm-hmm.
to Accra, and their friend was a journalist in Accra, then GBC journalist who was also called Andy. So he was my friend because of our name.
Okay.
So he called me and told me that they have these people here, and I told him that I want to take them to my place. So we came here.
Mm-hmm.
We solicited for land here. We got it, and we started the hospital here.
Wow.
We had to do personal contributions.
Mm-hmm.
I had then bought blocks from an auction that occurred at the Agogo court.
Okay.
So it was about 3,000. So I donated that to start.
Wow.
So we started the foundation and all that,
Wow.
and now we see a hospital.
That's amazing.
So
Wow.
in town, we try
Yeah.
to do something. We're
Mm-hmm.
trying to put together places of convenience here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And I will lead the
Mm-hmm.
charge. Invite people to come and do
Yeah.
it. Sometimes we ourselves will be the equipment to do it
Yeah.
ourselves. So
Wow.
when you develop the interest like that,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
then it leads you into politics.
Okay.
Politics should be an enterprise when you think of the
Mm.
generality of the people, but not
Okay.
yourself. But the
Okay.
advice that I give to those people is that develop yourself
Mm-hmm.
to a certain level where it becomes a fallback in the event of
Mm.
frustration.
Okay. Okay.
If you don't develop yourself, there's no way you can hold somebody's
Mm-hmm.
hand.
Yeah.
because the person
Wow.
whose hand you hold must not be weightier than you.
Mm.
So develop yourself in all
Yeah.
cases. And my particular example,
Mm-hmm.
the frustration that I had during the 2024 election
Mm-hmm.
brings me back to my
Mm.
practice as a lawyer.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think I'm enjoying my practice again as a
Awesome.
lawyer,
Yeah.
and that I don't feel disappointed at all in any way.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Uh,
That's a good segue into our next
and I'm,
discussion.
I'm sure that my clients are also happy that
Yeah.
I,
You're
I didn't
back.
stay in politics. Uh,
Definitely excited that you're back. So, as I mentioned, it's a really good segue into our next segment to talk about your life as a lawyer. Before we get to that, so retired Supreme Court Judge Justice Atukuba praised you in high esteem as a lawyer who exude professionalism regardless of your political affiliation. He even went further to say that he will appoint you as a Supreme Court judge if he had the ability to do that. How do you feel about that?
oh, I'm very grateful for those nice comments, and I am more than challenged
Mm,
to maintain that expectation.
yeah.
But Justice Atuguba,
Hmm.
he didn't know me so much in my early practice,
Okay.
but there was an occasion that he inadvertently gave me commendations that inspired me. I had done a case that I inherited from the High Court. Somebody was doing a case, and then the lawyer advised him that he should go and settle because it's a very bad case for him.
Mm,
And I think they went to see the other lawyer, and the other lawyer said they would settle.
yeah.
So the lawyer said that he wasn't going to continue the case. So he came to me with a brief. I'm sure somebody must have advised him. The brief came to me, and I read the brief, and I told him that your lawyer was right. In the circumstances you find yourself, the better alternative is to go to him and negotiate for settlement
Hmm.
because there's no way you are going to be successful in this case. So he agreed.
Hmm.
In fact, and from the story he told me that indeed he knows that the land was not for him.
Yeah.
He had taken somebody's land and built on it
Hmm.
because and sought to regularize it through some other means.
Wow.
So when he told me that, I said, we need to go back and see him.
Hmm.
And incidentally, that lawyer is my friend. We went there and he said that, oh, we will give you your land back with the building, 3-story. Take it. But the only caveat is that you need to accept my um, my tenants who are in contract with me.
Hmm.
The contracts will survive the next 3 years. So keep them there for 3 years and take the building and the land.
Hmm.
And we offered compensation of, at the time was 10,000 Ghana
Hmm.
cedis. So we offer a compensation of 10,000 Ghana cedis to cover for your transportation. The guy lives in Canada. Then my good friend said, he looked in my eyes and said, we will not agree to that. We want it now.
Wow.
I said, oh, but my client, he has tenants there.
Hmm.
He will be in trouble. So please, he wouldn't budge. So I advised my client that let's go back to court. Uh, my assignment now is to keep this matter in court for 3 years
Mm.
so that you would
Mm.
have discharged your responsibility to your tenants.
Hmm.
So my focus was to keep the
Wow.
case in court for 3 years.
Hmm.
Now then we go to court back. Then we start uh, cross-examination of the plaintiff.
Hmm.
I put a few questions to him. I said, interesting. So I realized that he was not on top of the issues in the case. I said,
Wow.
well, then I used some technical competence to
Hmm.
handle this case. And indeed, we won the case.
Amazing.
We won and they appealed to the Court of Appeal. In
Hmm.
Court of Appeal, we won 3-0.
Wow.
Then they appealed again to Supreme Court. They changed the lawyer brought a very senior lawyer, and we went to Supreme Court. And Supreme Court, we won 5-0. Then Justice Atuguba was then presiding, then asked me, how much cost did I want? And I said, my lord, my senior has given me indication that he will give me cost of 6,000. So I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
Then he says, you are very lucky, talking to the senior lawyer, that he has accepted a negotiated settlement in respect of cost. Otherwise,
Wow.
we're going to reward him with very high cost. Looking at the industry he has expressed in this case, and commended me so well, that because, as it happened, I had used what normally lawyers would not use to win the case. And it was about description of the land.
Oh.
The person had described the land without care. But because of use of equipment, the geography of the land had changed.
Wow.
So I used the because I have a planning background, so I understand surveying.
Awesome.
So I had to use the longitudinal expressions to touch also the coordinates.
Yeah.
And
amazing.
I'm sure my colleague on the other side didn't even understand.
They were not happy at all.
So they didn't understand the description.
Wow.
And in the address, I referred them to the grade lines as the description of the land.
Yeah.
And then we won.
Amazing.
So Justice Atuguba gave me a lot of commendation in that case.
Wow.
But I'm sure he didn't take notice of me at the time.
Wow.
But subsequently, he listens to my advocacy in law, in politics, and all that. And trust me, I think the best thing to do is to express yourself the way you legitimately understand issues, rather than trying to play to the gallery or singing somebody's tune. No, I'm not like a person.
Wow.
And one thing that I don't know how it came, I am always not afraid of anything.
Good.
Because I have already enjoyed life.
Yeah.
So what is it for me to be afraid of?
Yeah.
So I tell it as it is, as I understand it. I know that I can make mistakes, but my mistakes are genuine. But I will not try to satisfy somebody and cover up and try to make mistakes to cover. No, my mistakes are genuine mistakes.
That's amazing.
And I appreciate it as a human being.
Yeah.
I will definitely be making mistakes. It will not stop happening. But at least, at least 60% of the time, my mistakes will be genuine.
And that's awesome to hear. You're definitely seen as a statesman here in Ghana. So thank you so much. I've really had such an insightful time with you this afternoon. I can't thank you enough for making the time to sit with us, have this discussion to impact leaders who might be interested in the political discourse or political activity in Ghana, and also in leadership roles. So we really appreciate your time, and we thank you so much. We definitely will come back to visit Asante Achim North.
Right.
It's
I'm
been
very
a
grateful
beautiful
to you.
time. So
Very
thank
grateful
you.
to you, but let me apologize coming to find me in this mood. We have lost our chief in the town, and it is our duty to pay him honor. So my outfit today suggests that we are mourning our chief.
Definitely.
That is why
Definitely.
I'm in this cloth.
Yeah.
But I think you've come to see me as you have to see me, because this is my natural self.
Right.
If you had encountered me in Accra, probably I would be in an occupational mood, and in the mode of dressing.
Right.
But this is
but we came to meet
dressing.
you at home, and even in your busy schedule with funerals and your presence being needed, you made time for us. So we truly appreciate it.
I'm very grateful to you.